Well, hello, my beautiful Capricorn. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for January 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Capricorn, this is your monthly reading for January 2025. I can't believe I'm saying that, but here we are. Firstly, happy birthday to all those wonderful Capricorns who've already had your birthday. I hope it was a magical time indeed. And of course, happy birthday to all of you wonderful Capricorns whose birthday is yet to come. I hope you have the most spectacular time. I actually see a lot of you gifting yourself something a little bit special this year. Perhaps you had a little bit of a difficult one last year, but I see you gifting yourself a little bit of something this year, and I feel there's a lot of good things coming towards you as you move through this month. So let's tap into what's going on with you. Well, we all made it to 2025, so this year is going to be one of the biggest years of our lives to date. And of course, Happy New Year to all you beautiful souls out there. We can, of course, feel globally that it will be a bit of a bumpy road ahead, but there are so many incredible opportunities available to you personally, and January, of course, is just the start of so much potential. Now, we've officially moved into your season, my beautiful Capricorn, so you may already feel that influence of the black new moon in your sign and find yourself already ushering in changes that you'd like to sustain for the year ahead. Now, this energy, it offers you a chance to make a wish and align that wish with a higher frequency. It allows you to connect to your higher purpose and connects you to the vibration for the year ahead. Now, your season affects us all, okay? It catapults new energy into your plans. Your ambition increases to commit to changes and stay on course with any new intentions. And it connects you to the pulse of the universe to kickstart your plans in motion. This is literally going to be the blueprint for you to draw upon for the year ahead. Now, things are going to hit a little different this year. We're moving into planetary alignments that haven't occurred for hundreds of years. So whilst January offers you the potent energy to launch a brand new year, a brand new you, brand new projects and ideas, you are literally throwing away the handbook and freewheeling throughout the energy this year. It really is a new era. Now that's exciting, but it's also daunting and completely liberating because a blank canvas means anything is possible, but not without a plan. You know that more than most, and this season encourages you to be more organized, productive, and serious about what it is you want to achieve in all areas of your life. Okay, now of course you may feel a little stricter with yourself this month. It's no accident that making intentions on New Year's Eve for the year ahead falls in your season, my beautiful Capricorn, because it literally offers you the tenacity to focus on your mission and achieve your goal. Whatever you're aspiring to accomplish for the year ahead, you shall have it. You know, the universe supports your energy this year to all that you dedicate yourself towards. Now, of course, this time period grounds you in a secure foundation and it primes you for what is to come. It arms you with the focus and the energy to attract more opportunities into your life, achieve your deepest desires, draw in more wealth, and value yourself in empowering ways never felt before. Whatever you dedicate yourself to, you shall see major rewards in. Now, of course, Mars is still retrograding until late February, so you may also revisit situations internally that have left you feeling a little bit frustrated or with unresolved anger. But your influence, that Capricornian influence, it asks you, can you channel this excess energy into healthy pursuits to conquer your dreams? And of course, Mercury is transiting through this season as well, and it offers you the opportunity to effectively communicate your needs, both to the people around you and the universe, and have them met. I think they want that card as well. Yes, and by they, I mean my guides. Okay, now you can utilize this energy in order to resolve any lingering issues. And this period is deeply connected to finances. And as I said that, I'm turning over the Queen of Pentacles there for you. So this is all about multiplying your wealth or focusing on ideas to increase your money as you move ahead. So you will be a little bit stricter in terms of your budgeting practices this month, especially to course correct any excess spending from last month, or at least getting in order for tax time. It's strongly starred for you this month too. Now, this is a month of practicality, and this is where you really come to your fore. So you're going to be organized, productive, and you're going to get a lot done. Now, the energy, it shifts from the 20th, where you'll harness more independence and embrace individuality, adding creative flair to new ideas, or even purchasing tools, especially electronic ones, to add an advantage to any plans that you already have in motion. Now, in terms of world events, please fast forward this bit if you do not want to hear about it, but we have a lot of volatile energy influencing situations, and you really don't need me to tell you that. You can already see it and feel it yourself, but we have Mars currently retrograding, and believe it or not, it's currently keeping a lid on things, simmering until reaching boiling point when it goes direct at the end of February. Now, we'll address February when we get there, but let's just say that things will heat up and you will see that happen. But, Mars is keeping things together right now when it comes to the energy. But let's move on from that. We will hear about trade issues. They will be a hot topic from January throughout the whole of the year, affecting economic stability. Global financial projections will waver as country alliances shift throughout the whole of the year. It's a 9-year in numerology, which is a big year of cycles ending. And the outer planets, not the inner ones, but the outer planets are shifting in ways that we've never witnessed in recorded history. So there is a lot of plot twists occurring this year. Now, the 20th, it will bring more focus on society. The voice of the people will be heard as... my guys want me to go one more for you as well. There will be some more rules or regulations that they tried to bring in, stricter kind of energy there, but there will be a bit of a kickback. And of course, we have 6 planets aligning on the 21st of January, which triggers lines to be crossed as countries try to exert their sovereignty. Now, the 29th of January, it kickstarts the year of the wood snake in Chinese astrology. Now, I'm not really au fait with what that really means, but the energy it lends itself to, I can feel it, is that this is a year for self-sufficiency and, of course, flexibility, because change is afoot, especially when it comes to old structures. There is a lot of radical plot twists going on, and this is where many secrets or hidden deceptions can come to light, which will be a rolling theme for 2025. And we may also see a well-known leader may actually leave the physical world this month, maybe even 2, as we start to unpick the legacy that they leave behind. Now, of course, we'll see more seismic eruptions, especially from large volcanic activity or volcanic plates activity. So that's something to watch out for as well, especially in, I don't know why I'm saying this right now, but that's what's coming through, but especially in and around Indonesia. Okay, that's just popped out. So I'm just going to mention it because it's popped out. It's not something I was going to say, but something that I was just given just now. But on a personal level, because there is a lot of volatile world energy about, but there's 2 different vibrations I'm tapping into. One is the world energy, one is a personal energy for your energy. And on that personal level, as we leave January, luck is actually in the air for you on a personal level. which amplifies your vision and reinforces January as the best springboard to launch your new year ahead from. Now, looking at your energy levels and the cards that you got, I feel a lot of you are very ambitious. You're taking January very, very serious, okay? I feel a lot of you are looking at traditional routes. I feel like you are kind of like focusing on detoxing, decluttering. You're honoring your body's needs. You're prioritizing yourself. We have the Devil card there. Now, this can literally mean that you're focusing on you as a Capricorn, what it means to be you and what it is that you really want to do to add value to your life. I feel a lot of you are going to be very obsessive over a goal, and you're going to make major breakthroughs even from the beginning of January here. I see a lot of you plot twisting or plot pointing where it is that you want to be, and I feel like you're going to hit your mark there. But mainly I see a lot of you kind of like detoxing. Of course, I'm just going to put all the cards that are meant to be there in the upright. I've got the Lovers card there. We've got, yeah, so they're all in the upright now for you. I'm only taking the upright cards. I feel a lot of you seeking this new independence, fresh new start, fresh new you. And I know that's such like a cliched energy, but I feel something about you is different this year. I feel like, you know, you're completely focused. I feel like you're very diligent and, you know, you're very empowered. You've got the Chariot card there, which means you're dedicating yourself to something, and that commitment shall bring you victory. All that energy, that willpower. So whether it's in terms of changing your finances or even changing, you know, your home space, or maybe even some of you may be a little bit more active or physical this month as well, you know, like joining a gym and things like that. That's coming to the fore. And of course, these are obvious things, but something that's in your energetic sphere. So it can be that you want to be a little bit more active, or you're more focused on, you know, cutting out anything that's toxic, because I feel like you're honoring your body, but also I feel like you are, you know, the architect of your dreams, and you're reshaping your landscapes starting from the very beginning of this year. So your first card there is the Inner Teacher, and this is the Hierophant. So I feel a lot of you are having faith that, you know, you're going to be more independent, you're going to attract more things that you love this year. I feel like you're literally turning life around, and I feel a lot of you also, the starting point is new courses of learning or higher learning. I feel a lot of you are learning more about yourself, what you're capable of, and bringing those strengths of everything that you accomplished in 2024, and also those lessons that perhaps you didn't ask for but have informed you and really empowered you as you move forward. You're going to take that with you into 2025, and it's really going to solidify as a foundation all things to work from. Now, of course, this card, it can literally indicate that you're very philosophical as you start the year. It can indicate that you're deepening your belief system. You want to do more traditional things. So some of you may actually look into your family lineage or look into your family tree, or you may want to actually do things that have been a tradition in your family for years. I feel like you are just kind of reestablishing it in a stronger way, because it's all about identity. So I feel a lot of you are, you know, forging new identities, but at the same time, you're keeping close to your roots. So you can have the best of both worlds, because you have the Chariot card, which means you can have that sense of duality. But I feel a lot of you, you know, you're looking at your family responsibilities. I feel also you are paying more attention to what's important to you. And of course, this is a spiritual evolution month for you. You're very diligent, but also very philosophical and soul searching this month about your place in the world, where you feel like you belong. And of course, partnerships, you know, with this Hierophant, it can indicate the people who are around you that are close to you, your family unit. And the 7th house is governing you at the beginning of the month. So that's all about who you're taking with you into 2025 and who deserves to be left behind because they did not support you, or they just don't understand you, or they've overstepped a mark. Because of course, if we allow something that has gone against our principles or our well-being, then there's always a possibility of it repeating. And I feel like you're drawing a line in the sand, and you recognize that if you do not change, then nothing will change. It'll be more about acceptance. The things that we do not change are the things that we accept. And if there's something here that you're not happy with that you've been accepting, you're definitely turning that around, because your 2nd house of value is really governing you for the majority of that month. And it's all about value, how you value yourself. You look at situations where you give away your power or undersell your talents, or even notice where people underestimate you. A lot of you are focusing on your money, whether you are giving all of your time and your energy, your 100% to something, and whether you are financially recompensed for it. And I feel a lot of you are focused on multiplying your wealth or even solidifying, a foundation of security for you and your family, and you're protecting everything that you've worked for there as well. But a lot of you are seeking new knowledge. So this can indicate that you're looking at courses throughout the year. You may be booking up your diary with things that are really interesting, but most importantly, this is a card of having faith, and it's a card of structure, okay? So it can indicate that not only are you going to either connect to a well-known organization or structure, or you're going to do something that benefits you. I feel like structure is going to work really well for you. So a lot of you are looking at the way that you work, getting up earlier, maybe even, because I just heard the early bird catches the worm. That's what I just heard just now. So some of you may be changing the way that you conduct your schedule. Could be that you're getting a little bit more mindfulness in first thing in the morning, or even a bit more flexibility when it comes to what you do first thing in the morning, and then you are targeting your goals, and you're going to be completely on point. And some of you, not all of you, but some of you may actually be getting married this month. If that's you, congratulations. I see that you're going to go on a honeymoon, and it's going to be wonderful. I do feel here with that lost land spirit. Wherever you go on honeymoon, if you are getting married, I feel that actually there's an affinity with that place. It's almost like you feel like you're at home in that place. So wherever you're going on that honeymoon, maybe later on down the line in your life, maybe not this year, but it may be something on your mind, you may move there and make it your home. It's almost like you find yourself, because I feel a lot of you, this month is about finding yourself, what's important to you, and focusing on being very precise about your world. If you do not govern your time, you'll find other people will govern your time or your energy, and you're not about that, especially in 2025. Now, we have that Seven of Swords energy, so some of you could be gaining new knowledge in secret. Seven of Swords can be to do something under the radar. Some of you may even think about going off grid in the first part of January to really point your next steps. You could be focusing on a plan that's very important to you, something that you're keeping to yourself at this time, but this is something that you're doing independently. Some of you may be launching a business this month, and it could be that you're setting up legal structures in order to get things off the ground there. For some of you, you may be enlisting help from a tutor or a mentor, for example, or maybe even learning something online about how to do something. There's so many wonderful free videos online that can teach you how to do something, and you can implement it, but also put your own original spin on it. I see a lot of you, this individuality, launching new ideas, but also I feel some of you may be launching new styles. There could be something about you that you're changing, whether it's, an addition to your wardrobe, or perhaps you're decluttering and getting rid of some style that perhaps you've outgrown. I feel a lot of you could be, selling on pre-loved goods as well, which may make you more money, especially with that Queen of Pentacles there. Some of you may actually be, making money in the home space. And for some of you, you may literally launch a business in the month of January. If you're an entrepreneur, I see some of you could actually diversify, and you're going to have more attention overseas as well there. So I feel like you're being guided and protected. I also see contracts for you, okay? So I would say just be a little bit mindful. If there's a very complicated contract that you're signing in the month of January, get someone with, the qualifications to look it over if you're feeling overwhelmed with it, because I feel there could be like a hidden clause in that perhaps later on may not be so good for you. So for example, if you're, purchasing something that is quite large, I see a lot of you purchasing a new car, or at least saving for one there. If you're leasing it or purchasing it, for example, and you're signing contracts on that, I would say just, get someone else to look over the contract as well, just to make sure, because there could be like a hidden clause that if there's a problem or insurance or something like that, it could be that you're not covered for something, or it could be that perhaps if there's like a return period, like say a 14-day return period on something, it could be that there is a clause about it that makes the person who sold you something not responsible. So just watch out for that. There's something about a contract here and, you know, learning a lesson from not fully looking at the contract. Don't like skim read it and go and then sign it. Really, every word, because sometimes sentences are just slotted in there and you're like, oh, I didn't notice that one. So just watch out for that, okay? And that could be across the board. It doesn't have to be to do with the car. It can be that, you know, you're joining like a service provider for energy or water, for example. And it may be that there's a certain period that you can cancel it, or that perhaps you need to get insured on something. So just, I'm not sure what it is, but I'm being guided to highlight it in this reading right now. And for some of you, if you're going for a new job, because I see some of you taking up a new position that's a little bit further away for you to travel to, but I feel the position is good and the money is good. But I feel for some of you, there's something in the contract that you may need to negotiate. And because by accident, I've just like touched this card and it's popped towards me, a lot of you, this new job, because the Page of Pentacles can be new money news or a new opportunity comes in. So if you're getting a new job, I feel a lot of you, there's this standalone kind of energy to it. So it could be managerial, or it could be that you're in charge of like a group of people, for example. And I feel the money may be that you staircase it, so it could be like a probation period, but I feel there's something in that contract that you're like, that wasn't on the job spec. So you get to negotiate a better deal on that. You actually increase your money. You go from a Page of Pentacles to a Queen of Pentacles. So it could be, and this is not going to resonate with everyone, but just keep your eyes peeled. For example, if you're currently out of work or you're currently looking for a new role, you may actually find a role that you go, actually, that's great, but the money isn't as much as I was hoping for. You may see another advertisement on a different platform for the same role, but they're offering a little bit more. Make sure you snapshot that. And when you go for the interview, and if they try to offer you less money, say, actually, I saw this advert and it's stating there that it's this much money, and they have to like honor it. Same with if you're going into a store, for example, and there's something you really want to purchase and it's on deal, and then when you bring it to the counter and they go, oh no, it's like full price, and you're like, no, it says on the counter there like there's a deal, there's a discount, 50% off or something, and they go, well, I'm sorry, that's just a system. You say, no, I know my rights, my consumer rights, you've advertised it at this price, so I want it at this price, and I feel like you'll get it, okay? So that's something really random that's coming out there, but I have to honor it because it's coming out, okay? But the Seven of Swords, I feel there's something here that you need to do. And it may teach you something about yourself, because of course this is the inner teacher. For some of you, it could be that you are utilizing your skill set and putting up like a course of learning online for other people, or perhaps you're going into the teaching arena, becoming a mentor. Some of you may actually decide to learn a spiritual craft like Pilates or yoga, or maybe even counseling, which is not spiritual, but can be intuitive. But also I feel you could be getting a course of learning which gives you a certification at the end. So it could be that you're learning the practical side and also getting the qualifications that the knowledge actually affords you. So it could be that, you know, you're learning the ins and outs of something that you're passionate about, and you get a certification or some sort of qualification that helps you level up in your life. But a lot of you, I feel this is about learning to march to the beat of your own drum. Seven of Swords is not conforming. It basically means that you're independent, you're living life on your own terms, you're not a people pleaser, that's not your natural state. So if you feel that you've overgiven in 2024, or you feel anyone has overstepped a mark, you're setting your intentions this year and you're not about to waver on that either. Now, Seven of Swords can indicate for some of you that you have a lot on your mind, okay? And you're trying to prioritize what it is that's important to you. I would say if you have any incredible ideas, which I see a lot of you having wonderful ideas, especially coming in January, I would copyright them or patent them, because the Seven of Swords can also be a theft of ideas, or, you know, basically finding a way to make sure that you put your mark on something. Even if you've got like a boss in a career, it can be that they see that you've got a great idea, you are sending it to them to say, what about this? And then they kind of like palm it off as their own idea and take the credit for it. So I would just say, if you have someone like that in your working environment, even if, you know, you're an entrepreneur and you work for yourself, just be a little bit careful who you share your ideas with. I see a lot of you making sure that it is not copyrighted, because later on down the line, if someone is copying your work or passing it off as theirs, I feel you could actually take them to court. So that's something that's there. But let me just pull a card on that Seven of Swords, because the Seven of Swords indicates that you are learning to articulate your needs in a healthy way, diplomatically, without knee-jerk reactions or triggers. I feel like you're learning to take command of the inner critic as well. Your protagonist energy can indicate as well that a lot of you are doing something on the down low, off the radar. And because it's swords, I feel it's about communication. I feel it's about strategy. It's about planning and doing something different. This is a card of the alternative. Sevens are always about alternative energy, managing stress levels, and also, taking a path that is not well trodden. So it's almost like structure is going to work really well for you. And of course, you're going to take some sort of traditional route, but you're going to put your own unique spin on it. But I just want to clarify that Seven of Swords for you. We've got the Death card and the Two of Swords. I mean, as you can see, the Death card is literally the death figure standing up to some sort of authoritative figure. So some of you may actually, stand up for what you believe in against someone who you feel has abused their power, for example. That figure is actually the Hierophant. I want you to be aware of it. That's the tradition of this card. So death is, metaphorical kind of resonance with transformation. So I feel you may have done something continuously for the last couple of years or even months, and you want to change your approach to it. And the Two of Swords indicates it may be something you've been thinking about for some time. It indicates that, you're doing something in silence, you're protecting your inner peace, and you are protecting your position on something. The Two of Swords is basically some time out to reflect and really get a clear mind before you make a decision on something. The figure is blindfold because it's the inner wisdom that helps you. Again, you've got that inner teacher. So you're taking your own advice. A lot of you are reshaping your landscapes this year. And I feel that January, of course, is the springboard to that. And this figure, the history of this card is she's on dry land right now. She's always on dry land. And, right now the swords are up. So it means she's feeling a little bit defensive because change is afoot. And, this figure is like going inwards for answers and basically wants to visit this new island over here, okay? And there's stepping stones there, but this figure is unaware of how they're going to get to where they want to go. So it can indicate that right now you're not sure how you're going to get to where you want to go, but ultimately the path is being made clear, and there may be some stepping stones to get to where you want to go. So it's almost like you're compartmentalizing the steps. Again, it comes back to plot pointing where you feel like you want to go. There's a strategy afoot here. But I feel you've been doing something traditionally, or, it's like the same old, same old. So you may be wondering, how is 2025 going to be different? Well, it's your approach that's different, essentially, at first. So you're coming in, deepening your belief system and having faith, but at the same time, you're making sure that you keep life interesting by embracing a little bit more spontaneity or doing something that's a little bit different from the usual. So I feel some of you could be a little bit more nomadic this year. This figure is like wearing a cape, and there's an energy here of like embracing a journey and kind of like, taking the tools that are necessary to get to where you want to go. And of course, the Death card is a big ending. It means something is changing and transforming, and you are moving towards something greater. The Death card is basically shedding the old to embrace the new. And it could also indicate, of course, new beginnings, but it means that, if you've been feeling stuck or stagnant in something, or even if someone's been trying to control you or keep you in the same spot, this year is different, and January is the plot twist moment for you to say, I'm breaking free, okay? Now, we do have the Lovers card with the Seven of Swords there and the Inner Teacher. I feel for some of you, there is an energy of, not wanting to rush into things. You're really like taking a very careful, calculated route to wherever it is you want to go or what you want to achieve. Because at grassroots, the Lover's card is a choice card, okay? It means you're making choices that are going to affect your life. You're sticking to your morals and you're doing what is right for you, but you have a personal decision to make here with this Lover's card. So it can indicate, especially with the Seven of Swords, you know, the tradition of the Seven of Swords is that the figure is removing the weaponry from the army because he wants to find a diplomatic solution to a difficult situation. So if you've had any conflict in the family unit or in a relationship recently, I feel this is about you and your partner coming together to talk things over, to find a solution. Okay, so I feel diplomacy is the key, because when we diplomatically address a situation, we're not led by our hot passions, and we actually open our ears to listen to the other person and learn, as well as they are calm and sit and listen to us as well. So when you open a diplomatic dialogue, then it benefits both parties, rather than saying, well, you did this and, you know, I want you to do this and you never do this. You know, that's two people talking at each other rather than to each other. So I feel relationships are evolving in January for you, especially since your 7th house is governing you. Now, of course, I'm not just talking about high-level commitments or marriages. I'm talking about, you know, if things have been a certain way for a long time, even at your place of work, for example, if you're an entrepreneur or you work for someone else, or whether it's your neighborhood, I feel things are changing and there's new things happening, and I feel you want to embrace the newness of it, because I feel you've been a little bit stagnant, or you're just excited to have a new adventure. And the Seven of Swords, as you can see, this person is acting in stealth. Okay, and there's 2 swords left behind. So this can indicate that if you take a rush at something, or if you are rushing into something or feel rushed by anybody for making a decision, you know, that can indicate that you'll miss something and have to return to it. So I would say take your time and slow your pace at the beginning of the month. I'm actually seeing an image in the water right now. It's someone putting a golf tee down, and then stepping back and then putting a little ball on there and then lining up a shot with their golf club. Now, I mean, symbolically, this can indicate that you're setting your mark or your intention to which you want to hit your goals or launch something from. It can indicate that you're taking your best shot at something and hitting your mark, maybe lining something up, or maybe it's like compartmentalized steps. You're lining it up before you take a shot. So it could be that you're analyzing and organizing and structuring something before you launch it, which is great. You know, golf is a game of focus, precision, skill, balance, and being able to act at one with your surroundings, assessing the direction of which way the wind is blowing before like teeing off. So this could be all the variables that you are kind of like tapping into in the month of January before you tee off, as it were. I mean, it can also indicate that you may be joining an organization or club, perhaps, that has certain steps that you will actually, pass tests or be accepted to. Could be that you're like trying to get a visa or, a passport of a certain country, for example. You've applied to it and there's certain steps that you have to go through. I would say get advice. I would say, also don't go too quickly. Make sure it's methodical. It could also literally mean that you're promising yourself to play golf, or you're getting golf lessons, for example. So please apply it to your situation. But I feel it's more that some of you are going to have like minimal tools, but you're still going to get the job done. Okay, I feel like you're going to be super organized, and I feel, this is an indication that some of you, it's like there are steps that you need to take. Like if you think about golf, it's like hole 1, hole 2, right through to 18. Is it 19 even? No, 18. I think 19 is like a bar or something. I'm not really sure. But that kind of represents reward and celebration and fun times. But also I feel your year is going to be like compartmentalized into lots of accomplishments. But do not be surprised when you hit a hole in one. That's what I'm being given from this energy, okay? Because I feel you're going to surprise yourself. There's going to be so many things that as soon as you just start them, they're just going to take off, okay? Now, of course, the Lover's card at grassroots, this is a card to indicate that you're yearning for something. This is a law of attraction card. It means you're attracting something that your heart desires. It could be an agreement coming in. For some of you, there's definitely an agreement going on here in the month of January. So whether it is an agreement to partner up in business, some of you may actually partner up with a certain social media platform, for example, to launch your business or your ideas from. For some of you, it could be that you're getting more creative and you're using some sort of online sort of tool there, because you have the Justice card, which is all about swords energy, cerebral energy. Seven of Swords is also of the ether, so it could be that you're utilizing internet kind of providers or apps or tools to help you in all your endeavors. Whatever it is, you're going to reach your goal there, okay? But also the Lover's card is about love. So this is about you opening your heart to everything that the universe has to offer you. I feel some of your family may not understand the path that you have put yourself on. And that's okay, because it's not their path, it's yours. So I feel eventually they're going to come around to understanding what you're about or what you're doing, especially when they see the success. Ultimately, I see them supporting, even though they may not understand it, and that's okay. You know, with the Lover's card, this can also mean that if you're single right now and you're looking for love, I definitely see here that there is a potential for you to meet someone who has been kind of like put on your path on purpose, let's put it that way. And you may meet this person traveling, okay, for some of you, or in motion. I mean, you could be in a train station, you could be going on a quick trip, it could be somewhere outside your usual circumstances. It could be that you're trying a bar or a cafe or a restaurant across town, or maybe you're going on a course of learning that is outside your usual parameters. I feel there's a strong alliance here, and I feel it could be a love at first sight. Now, I want to pull a card because some of you, I feel like you've been let down by someone or something in 2024, and I feel like you learned a lesson in that, and you're taking it with you into 2025. But I want you to be aware you're moving away from it, like so far away from it that it's not going to happen again. So if you have been let down or betrayed, or you feel someone didn't support you, I feel that is all changing for you, especially as you move into the middle of January. The energy just completely changes for you. That's what I'm being given. I mean, you've got the Hermit energy here as well, so it's in the resistance position. A lot of you have been in Hermit mode in 2024, and 25 is going to be so different. I feel like you're going to get out more. There's more invitations available to you. You're going to see the world a little bit more. I feel these are also your intentions. You know, a lot of you were completely fed up. You were at capacity, exhausted, and I feel like you've taken some time out to recharge your batteries. And some of you may actually take a little bit more time in January. So you may book a little something for yourself in January, whether it's a quick trip or some sort of vacation, or you are challenging yourself to do something really exciting. I feel it's just going to give you a revitalized spark. You know, your lust for life returns. And, you know, this card, it is a card of introspection. So a lot of you very insular in the month of January, but in terms of just planning, strategizing. So I feel like you're in your head, you've got your to-do list. Don't get me wrong, the Chariot card indicates that you're going to be busy, especially at the end of the month, doing what you do best. Your responsibilities, your duties, you're going to be on target. And I feel discipline is something that you're looking at this year, and you're planning this new year. But I also feel like you're planning this new you, and you are a work in progress. I also feel that you're inspired to rekindle that spark, to set those intentions to really, you know, inform you in the best way possible. Now, of course, the Hermit in the resistance position can indicate that some of you have been feeling a little bit isolated or a little bit low vibration, and I feel there's a lot more integration available for you, especially at the end of January. So it could mean that you join something that you're really passionate about, whether it's a hobby or, you know, an environment. It could be something that you actually go to in your community, and it helps you meet like-minded people. I see that very strongly for you there as well. Now, the Hermit can also indicate a lot of you want to go solo, because the Seven of Swords is independence, doing your own thing, and the Hermit, of course, is to go off and just, you know, explore life on your own terms, maybe set up businesses or set up structures, or, you know, go out and meet new people. I feel there's this energy of newness about you at this time. And also, I feel if you've been going through a challenge, I feel some good karma comes your way. Things have been out of balance for a while, especially with that Justice card in the resistance balance position. You may feel that things have been unfair, or things have just, been so challenging that, you couldn't see which way is up. But I feel like you're being really honest with yourself. You're taking accountability. You're making some adjustments. So I feel a lot of you may withdraw, especially at the beginning of the month, to make some adjustments in your life to get right back on course, on target, be structured, be really sort of not critical, because I feel like you're silencing that inner critic, but I feel like you're being like super responsible, and you're looking at what you want to achieve, and you're setting things in motion, and all things in balance as well there. Now, I also heard you will have justice. So if something has happened to you that was unfair, whether it was just as you close out of 2024, for example, I feel justice shall be served, okay? Especially with that Seven of Swords, not all of you, but some of you, there may have been theft. Okay, that's coming out strongly. So if you had something stolen from you in 2024, I feel that, the person will be caught. Okay, I feel like they're on the radar already of the authorities. But I feel there's an energy of like, and I hate to say this, like nothing being done. Okay, it's like they'll just keep an eye on things, okay? And I feel that it's not that they'll be let off, but I feel justice will be done. It's like the next time that they do it again, then they really get like caught up with it, okay? Or justice really, really gets caught up with them. So it's almost like, yeah, the next time they're going to be like, I don't want to say the word, but it begins with P, okay? They're just going to be put away for it. Right, let's put it that way, okay? So that's coming out there as well. Yeah, with a lot of respect, I'm going to move away from that energy. I'm just going to pull a card on that Justice card for you, because this card can indicate as well that a lot of you are returning to some administrative tasks this month. So it can be emails, you're catching up with those, phone calls, maybe even tax time. Some of you are looking at receipts, getting everything in order, and you just feel a little bit freer at the end of January there. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Capricorn? What do they need to know about this Justice card? Yeah, balance. Justice shall be served. As you can see, it's another card with scales there, but it indicates that the universe wants to correct the balance for you from the very beginning of the year. Also, I would say expect the unexpected, because this means, some sort of reward or some sort of nice surprise from the universe. The universe is being very generous with you, exhibiting some sort of like generosity of spirit. It wants to pay you attention to give you like good karma. This is a good karma card, but also this is about you balancing out your life. I just heard you're being favored by the universe this time round, okay? Sometimes the universe is focusing on so many different things, or the energy is focused in so many different areas, that sometimes we do feel a little bit left out and like, what's going on? And then it's your turn. So I feel it is your turn there as well. Now, of course, I feel a lot of you are working really hard to make some adjustments for financial stability. I do see that you leave January with more money than you left in December, that's for sure. And I feel a lot of you could be very like obsessive on your plans, working really hard, following your passions. But the Devil card can be that you're reigniting your lust for life. So that's really exciting. And some surprise news. This is always a surprise card. Sixes, of course, are about balance and justice and, gifts being given in fairness, distributed by the universe. But also, this is a card that indicates that, what you've been giving out eventually comes back around to you. And I feel a lot of you are also being very aware of not giving out more than you're getting in life. And that's just across the board. You're looking for more reciprocity in your life. Definitely overcoming financial problems if you've had any. I see that you get an opportunity to save a little bit more at the end of the month there. And the Page of Pentacles, if you're currently out of work, I definitely see an opportunity for you to, move into a new role. I feel there is a starting salary, but it will increase. I also see it's a role that will nurture your skill set and really take you to where you want to go. There's a lot of success in this, and they really see you of how ambitious you are, how creative and capable you are, how talented you are. And I feel I'm being given this energy of some of you have been feeling a bit lost when it comes to your working environment, but you will really find where you belong and you will thrive there as well, okay? Now, some of you, because there is this lost Land Spirit card, it can indicate that this is a very explorative year for you, for really looking to see where you want to plant roots or where you really belong. So it's almost like what is lost will be found. And for some of you, this is literal. It could be that you've lost something, but you'll actually find it in the month of January. This could also be a person. You know, if you've lost touch with someone, the connection will be reformed or found again, is what I'm hearing too. Now, the Page of Pentacles in the Resistance position, some of you may deal with a very stubborn person, or, you could deal with like a customer service style person who is not helpful at all, okay? I hate to give that message, but it is coming through. And also, I feel like you may have to pursue something. So if it is a customer service issue, you may actually have to call a couple of times before someone actually knows what they're talking about, okay? I feel there's some people that you're going to come across who are in training, and they try and give you the best of the knowledge that they've got, but I feel that they're lacking in some of the training, and that may not be their fault, but at the same time, I feel you do eventually get connected to someone who can help you. It's going to be frustrating, but you will get through, is what I see there. Now also, anything that's in the resistance position, it will go into the upright. I do feel with this card that this is about you kind of investing more in yourself. I feel like you are being responsible for your plans and your finances. I also feel this energy of being a bit more sociable, getting out there, booking new events that are exciting. I feel like you've done the tried and tested ways. You've seen everything, been there, got that, burnt the t-shirt for a lot of situations. I feel like you just want something new, something fresh. And pages bring news. So not only are you booking new things to do, I feel that, there is some news that comes in that brings pure joy and happiness. It could be something you've been waiting for. For a lot of you, it could be some sort of legal correspondence or some sort of official letter. I would say be very mindful of any hard copy mail in the month of January, because it could be something that comes in but it gets overlooked, or it could be something, especially if you're waiting for it, it could be something that gets lost in the mail and you'll have to chase it up, and they may have to resend it out. That's coming there as well. Also, if it's something that you are hoping to get electronically, I would check your spam folder. There is a strong potential for it to get hidden or lost in that. So, do a quick check, especially if it is time sensitive. Now, we do have the Chariot card. As soon as I pick up this card, I'm touching it right now, I'm feeling a car. Okay, now this card, it can connect to cars. So some of you are literally either getting a new car or saving for one. I feel the one you want is the one that you'll get, and you'll get it at a good discount as well. But the Chariot card, let's bring it back to this sense of ambition, self-control. You're forging away and you're being disciplined to make progress, and you're actually going to see progress at the end of the month. Even so quickly in the new year, you're just going to see it. Success, I feel like you're bold, you're daring, and with your willpower, you're taking yourself to where you want to go. Now, this card, it really connects to your second house of valuing yourself, being that goal setter and go-getter. I feel like you're achieving what you deserve and what you put your effort into there as well. Now, the Chariot card can also indicate that you do have a decision to make, and it could go either way, but you're making the right decision that's based for you and your family, and I feel like you'll benefit from this. The Chariot card indicates moving forward, focusing on your destiny, and basically a personal win or victory. So a lot of you, especially with that Queen of Pentacles, you want to be more focused on your health this month. So detoxifying or picking up some sort of like physical activity, for example, you'll start to see evidence of it working even at the end of the month in such a short period of time, because you've dedicated yourself to it, and you're going to feel really proud of yourself that you stuck to your willpower, because you will see the results of that. The Chariot card also indicates focus. You're driven and you're leaving the old behind. I feel like you're passionate, your drive, your motivation, your lust for life is literally returning. And I feel with this Devil card, because the Devil card's not an evil card, it highlights that you're putting yourself forward, you're center stage in your life, you're driven, and you are reigniting your lust for life. You're following with your passions. I feel a lot of you are kind of like obsessed with a plan, and I feel that no matter what, you are unstoppable and you will get to where you want to go. This card, as you can see, there's a big old maze, so it can indicate that you're facing your fears, or some of you may have felt that life has been a bit 4 steps forward, 3 steps back and you feel like you have been making minimal progress, but actually I feel like you release a block. For some of you, it's a money block. For some of you, it's also like doubt, okay? I feel there's an energy of moving forward, and I also see some of you putting yourself in training, especially with the Hierophant there. I feel a lot of you, it could be physical or educational training, but I feel like you're at your optimum best. And this is about you feeling more like yourself than you have done in a long time, okay? I feel like you're ready to lead with passion and set your soul on fire. But let me just pull a card on that Devil card, because more than anything, I feel a lot of you, especially with the cards that you've got, it's like you're moving away from anything that's toxic, any food substances, people, environments, or anything that really drains you of your energy, and you're choosing your health. You're choosing what is right for you, what feels stable, what enriches your world, rather than what takes from it and never gives back. So let me just pull a card on that Devil card for you. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. We got the Queen of Cups. You're doing more things that you love. You're valuing yourself. This indicates you have a lot to offer. You want to fall in love with your life again. And I feel this is about you kind of like releasing anything that's negative. Could also be that you're being more confident. You are feeling proud of yourself. You've come a long way. Even though you may feel there's more to go, I feel like you're honoring the fact that you've done everything you can with the resources that you've got. And now you're following your heart. And I feel, that you are, with discipline, going to achieve your goal. This is the Queen of Cups looking at the prize and saying, I'm not going to keep my eye off that prize. I'm going to achieve it. And I feel like you will. Now, some of you, there is a little bit of a call here to be a little bit more mindful of your water intake. So I would say hydration is the key, especially if you're giving up certain things that perhaps dehydrate you. I definitely see that happening there. Now also I'm being given this energy, and this has come up a lot for the collective, but it's coming up again, so I must mention it for you. What am I holding? I'm holding the Lost Land Spirit and the Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, the energy that I'm being given here is keep an eye on your financial establishments, okay? I feel like you're protecting everything that you worked really hard for, but there may be a direct debit that comes out earlier than it should. Okay, now this is something that came up even in the month of December, but it's showing up again in January. So you may see a bill that has a certain due date, but it comes out earlier. And you can actually contest this because you have a contract for that direct debit to say you'll take this money on this date because this is the date that you chose. And if they take it earlier, they're in breach of contract. So you can actually get compensation for that. That's coming out there as well. But I feel a lot of you, in terms of world events and the economy, a lot of you are keeping your eye and being a little bit suspicious on establishments that abuse their power, especially ones that you are affiliated with, shall we say, keeping an eye on your financial institutions, looking at how they're performing, for example. Even your company, I feel like you're keeping an eye on things because there is restructure. And a lot of you may be trying to launch something on your own or online in order to safeguard your position long term. And I feel it's really going to work for you there too. Now, we do have the Queen of Pentacles. So a lot of you are going to be focusing on restructuring your home space. You may move things around or declutter. Queen of Pentacles is all about domesticity and feeling comfortable, but also working really hard and committing yourself to your plans so that you can achieve the life that you aspire to. Also, this is about you conserving your energy. You're not giving your energy away to anything that does not enrich your life. So I feel like you're being very calculated with your time and where you put your focus this month too. This card indicates that you're so capable of, reaching next levels in your life, but also the universe is sending you lifelines and opportunities to step up. I feel like you're being really honest with yourself, and I feel like, you're being true to what you want, and you're doing everything you can and challenging yourself in a really positive way there. But this card indicates you're being very resourceful with the tools that you have, and I feel this is a very potent time for you to create something, especially in terms of a money-making idea, because your second house is governing you at the end of the month, and this is a card that will affect you at the end of the month. Now, if you are looking for love, I am getting an energy here that love doesn't cost a thing, okay? So I feel as a Capricorn, you like the finer things in life, but remember that when you're attracting love, you know, all the finer things in life are not going to attract the right person. Let's put it that way. They're going to love you for you, don't get me wrong, but there could be someone who's attracted to what you can provide. Okay, so I would just say, just be a little bit mindful. Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. I'm actually being given a film, which is very interesting. It's coming to America with the incredible Eddie Murphy, wonderful actor. I don't know anything about his private life, so I can't really discuss that, but I just know about that movie that I'm being given right now, coming to America. Was that about... he was royal status and he came to America to find love and kind of like renounced all riches or pretended he had, you know, no money to attract the right person who had a beautiful heart rather than what they could provide. And I feel this is something that perhaps you're looking at when it comes to how you conduct yourself in love relationships, if you're looking for love, but also in friendships. So if you come into a lot of money because Queen of Pentacles is coming into a lot of money, or, you know, maybe already you're doing really well and you have a lot of wealth there. I feel like you're looking at, you know, who is attracted to you or who wants to spend time with you. And it's not about wealth. You are choosing, you know, to spend your time with people who want to invest in friendships and relationships with you, not what you can offer. Okay, so that's coming out strongly there as well. Now, for some of you, if you're pregnant, I definitely see that you will also have Capricorn. That's coming out there as well. Congratulations. And I see a lot of you, and maybe this is something that's on your mind, thinking to do, because the Chariot card can indicate you want to be a little bit more nomadic this year. You want to travel more, see the world more. But a lot of you are wondering, can you live abroad? Or you're thinking about migrating a business or maybe even moving to a different country. So this could be something that's like constantly on your mind and you're saving money in order to make that move, because I see an energy here of, I mean, it may not even be countries. It may be that you're moving state or moving homes. This is a card which means relocation as well, or transforming your life. But wherever you settle, it feels like home. It feels like you are in the right place at the right time to meet the right opportunities. And finally, we've got Lost Land Spirits. Okay, now this card is really exciting because sometimes we have to get a little bit lost in order to rediscover ourselves. It's like a butterfly, you know, and as you can see, there's a presiding butterfly actually in this card. And in this card, it's like, got a snake. So this is the year of the snake, of course, the wood snake. So this can be that you are promising yourself more adventure or to take more risks in order to rediscover that part of yourself that you feel has been missing. Some of you may even return to an era that you used to love living in, for example, or rediscover, you know, part of yourself that connects more to hobbies or things that you used to do. I see a lot of you returning to things that you used to love doing that perhaps you've let go of there. But I feel like you're transforming your life. And as I said, it's like the butterfly. You know, the caterpillar goes into the chrysalis knowing that there is going to be change, not knowing how they're going to get there, but it just goes into the chrysalis. It goes through the change and, you know, it dissolves its sense of self. And it can feel like a little bit discombobulating, or you can feel a bit lost in that transition, but ultimately you're going to come out the other side, a beautiful butterfly. So, you know, I feel like you are transitioning to something greater in your life. And it really does feel like January is that blueprint for you. And I feel the year of the snake is actually all about you. Empowerment, movement forward, progress, amplifying your wealth, money. Some of you are going to have some major changes in your home, or you may even purchase a new home there. I just feel like this is a great year for you, okay? And I feel like you are hitting the ground running, as it were, when it comes to what you want for this year. You're being serious about your goals. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Capricorn? What do they need to know? Anything final that you want them to be aware of? Now we have, you have so much to offer the world. Don't ever doubt your contribution. That is definitely apparent here. You're overcoming any doubts or fears and you're moving forward. You're being independent. And it says, if all you're doing is waiting for the really big moments, you won't value and appreciate the small ones. So, I do see that you're focusing on the responsibilities and duties in your everyday circumstances in order to keep life running smoothly. But I feel like you're aspiring to something more. And it is about those smaller moments that lead to the big moment. Again, like golf, it's about those accomplishments and wins that are going to bring you on to the next one, and then eventually you'll win the whole prize, as it were. And I feel that's pretty much what's going to happen for you for the year ahead as well. And it says here, I promise you it does get better. I definitely see it gets better here for you. A lot of success. I feel your passions are going to transform your current circumstances, and there's definitely multiplication of money here, because the Queen of Pentacles is to multiply wealth, but also health is wealth as well. So a lot of you are focused on your health as well. That is the foundation to work from, because without health, there's nothing. Okay, so I feel a lot of you are working really hard to work with the energy that you have, overcome or conquer some unwellness that perhaps some of you have had or have been going through. And I feel that if you have been going through debilitating changes or some sort of situation where things have been really challenging, I feel like you're going to meet the right consultants and have the right tools available to you to manage things in a more efficient, but also a much more compassionate and less stressful way, is what I see there as well. Now we've also got, don't fear the blank canvas. Use it to turn your life into a masterpiece. And that's exactly what I feel like you're doing. You're transforming things so that you conquer things and that you live the life that you aspire to live. So I feel, I said it at the beginning, don't fear the blank canvas, because, it means anything could happen. And I feel there's a lot of plot twists going on for you. But I do see structure is going to work really well for you. And I see progress here. And I would say there is some good news for you as well. But ultimately, this month is all about independently challenging yourself and structuring your plans so you can springboard and with your willpower see the results that you've desired for a long time. So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a ring before we close. Okay, so we've actually only got one button. So we have the cup. Okay, so I did mention hydration, very important, but also this cup, it connects to the Ace of Cups, which basically means the universe is sending you opportunity. And of course, for some of you, that opportunity can be love, if you're looking for love, deepening a connection with the people you care about. But ultimately, the Ace of Cups is emotional care, and it means that you are filling your cup with love and hope, and you're shining your beautiful light, and you're bringing your dreams into being. Whenever you scry, for example, you start with a vessel that has water in it. So this is the vision. So you're focusing on your vision, and then you are taking action with that Chariot card to make your vision become a reality, and it shall be so. Whatever you see in your mind, you can have in your hand. So I feel this is a very exciting month for you to plan and use as that springboard. So very exciting there too. Also, I see a very important meeting happening for you in the month of January, and it sets you up. So whether it is a career or whether it is a health meeting or whether it is, a love meeting, I feel, things get infinitely better on from this meeting. So it could be with some sort of professional that can help you. I'm actually feeling also for some of you, there may be a rich benefactor who believes in your project or in your ideas. It could be like someone who wants to invest in a product, or perhaps a client who is really wealthy and opens up a new circle of clients for you. Maybe you get into the inner circle, or your product or services goes global, or it gets well known because of this rich benefactor. For some of you, it could also be that you join some sort of league or group that sets you apart. It could also be that, if you're an artist, for example, a gallery reaches out and says, love your work, want to exhibit it, which allows you a platform to promote your work and have more paintings or whatever your art is sold. For some of you, it could be a writer. You get published or meet a publisher, or, you get a manager if you're an actor or a singer, or, there's a deal on offer. I feel a lot of you beautiful Capricorns, this month is a month of getting a good deal, but always read the fine print, because I feel you get to negotiate that better deal, okay? So I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, my beautiful Capricorn, and love and light.